Okay, so first up, portfolio wise, I feel like the no mustache is going to kind of control the next four portfolio reviews. So I'm so sorry for you four. Um, but yeah, let's let's monster kicking in. I have not had a monster. I think it's the fact that I'm realizing I've shaved my mustache off and you guys are reacting the way you are. Why? Because it's hot, man. I got too hot. So Seung Lee, or is it Seung Yi Lim? Probably saying that wrong, but here we go. Hello, portfolio. Yes. So this is Jinx. We're just gonna kind of assess this portfolio as it is. Where are we at here? I'm gonna hide my camera here so we can surprise people and get the stash shock again. Uh, I'm gonna get more viewers every time I shave. This is great. So this portfolio is pretty solid. It's interesting though because it's solid in the beginning or in like the current stuff, and then you can see like the I wouldn't say it's like a breakdown, but like as you go further back, right? You see like okay, we've got character designs. So when I see character design, I'm like, I guess it says freelance, so I don't know. I'm not sure what you want to be doing. Um, and then I see character design. I see this. Oh, dude, this is kind of cool. Um, I see this 3D robot. I think when anyone gets into 3D for the first time, usually their initial response is to make a robot. I think the first thing I made was a solar system, and then went right from that to like trying to manipulate a sphere to look like a robotic tank spider thing. Um, I think that was back when you had to run 3ds Max through DOS off of a CD. But yeah, so this is 4 years old. Uh, a really bad day. It looks like there's a short here as well. 3D animated short film. First 3D animated short film produced by me for my university project. Okay, I'm actually gonna play this. So I just want to see. Oh man, I hope it's not too bad. The day that is. Oh no, is there no coffee? Oh, the back itch. That's good. Why so sad? Oh wow, this is a proper it's a proper film. Oh my god, is that the blender? That's amazing. Number one wizard. So there's a lot of things going on here that I really like. Oh no, the whole thing's in there. Oh wow. Yeah, definitely don't use that bottle. Oh my god. Wait, did he eat it? What happened? Oh man. I love it, Finn, at the end. That's so good. I mean, this is pretty cool. So that the animations are a little they're lacking the fidelity that you would expect. What kind of coffee was that? It was pretty serious coffee. But I think for a first animation, that's quite good. Um, this is 3 years old, so again, I don't want to comment on it too much. But of course, it's trying to get away from the blocky feel that you get when you initially build assets and you get very geometric shapes going as like your. It's basically like assets are becoming too primitive. We'll bring the camera back now. Hello. So yes, what I would say is like this just needs more detail, right? You're trying to get away from the fidelity that is geometry. And when you look at like the cauldron, for example, that's that's starting to get into that territory where it's going away from uh, just looking like geometry and is starting to take more shape. But yeah, so if we continue forward, we get this food cart. So this is 2 years ago. There's definitely a up in quality when it comes to your material work. I need to change this music real fast here. And yes, it's okay, Bray. You'll make it. You'll make it through. Uh, all right. So design wise, this is kind of cool. I like the attention to detail with all the wires, the cables, and it's like all the ties to try and keep all the wiring together. There's a lot of details going on and information that's kind of more like logic sense. We don't hear who you are talking to. I don't know if it's intentional. Yeah, there is no call. I don't know if you're expecting to be hearing someone talking back. No calls this evening. Uh, yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if I should have a little icon that says like a call free review. Uh, but yeah, the details are really cool. I think when it comes down to some of the stuff that's breaking down for me is maybe, and I mean, I'm suffering from the same thing in my scene right now. Is there's just too much um, rust that's happening in spots where you don't expect them to happen. And then also you have the decal here, I guess because it's wrapped the way that it is, maybe that can happen on top of this sticker. But the sticker feels quite large and stretched. It's maybe something that I would expect to see here instead. Some of the other things that kind of get called out to me are like the design of the wheels, for example, in the tread. Trying to push those a little bit further, and it looks like you're still just trying to get away from the simplistic geometry, or like, what do I do with this kind of rooftop piece? Like, how does that work? Because like I can tell that you can model quite well, especially with that neon sign. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, that decal is something that seems like it should be seen for sure. And maybe that's why I was saying maybe this is like a strap that's not usually there, so that it's on the canister, but once you place it, it's like getting that strap on there. Oh yeah, and like what Muck is saying in chat is too much visual clutter. So the 70-30 rule definitely would apply here. And like you can see in the tire area, this is probably, and this area here is probably where you get the least or the most amount of visual rest. Whereas like this is more high frequency. This area is more high frequency. I don't know. Is that floating? What's happening there? But like you got high frequency areas of rest. You want to sit in that 70-30 rule, which 70% is rest, 30% is the kind of high frequency. And that's what I think where the rust kind of comes in and screws with like that frequency detail. But yeah, so think about where your rust happens, as well as like where decals are at and decals, and just make sure that you're kind of trying to balance out your scene. I do like the attention to detail. It's just trying to balance it out. If we go to the elevator scene, so this one's 2 years ago. Oh, this one's got a video too. 11 seconds. Probably the elevator moving, if I had to guess. Oh, come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. I believe in you. I would be really careful with your logo. I think against a dark background like this, you could probably invert it and have the text be the only thing visible. I mean, this looks cool. It's straightforward, but it looks cool. I think if there was a way to maybe lighting wise kind of darken the sides here, or like in post kind of bring in that Minnesota pronunciation. Inferno, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Kerrigan, you like that? Minnesota. Um, yeah. I'm trying to think what you could. There's some normal wrapping issues that are happening around here. I mean, this is 2 years ago as well, of course. And I think it's just a matter of understanding where the issues are at, how to like push the quality, push the resolution without having to increase the resolution of the texture. Steam coming from off screen would be pretty nice. Yeah, definitely. Like this is close enough where you might be able to blur it. Deckel's correct. Awesome. Hey, thanks for the sub, man. But yeah, man, my camera is choppy today. I don't know what's going on. I think I need a new video card. Eesh. Uh, yes. So we get to the flare gun. Now the flare gun looks like you're starting to really push yourself on the material side of things. This is also 2 years ago. Choppy, just like your mustache, Ollie. Sir. I think with this one, it's more about understanding the materials that you're texturing with, knowing why it's so dirty, or understanding what this type of material is and how it becomes dirty, will really depict like what it actually looks like. You can see in the scratches as well. Um, hmm. Yeah, you. I want to say it's just trying to push your understanding of PBR values and understanding the materials that you're representing, right? So when you like, what does painted metal look like? What does it do as it ages? When it gets damaged or scuffed, what does that do to the roughness? What does it do to the albedo? Understanding what this material is as well. Like the scratches are really extreme here, and the scratch scale feels a little off by comparison of like what we're looking at. Also, I think it's just the way that it's modeled, but there's some strange like normal distortion that's happening around this area. But yeah, don't hesitate to steer away from just using generated masks and look into really nice alphas just to kind of break up the edge in a way that looks more natural than just this generated feel, the generated scratches feel. Man, everything is slow today. Is my no? The internet looks fine, but now we have this truck. Dude, the internet is. I don't think it's me. Yeah, generate braid, like you're saying, generated masks do a lot to get started, and I think people get stuck thinking that enough. That's enough, but the manual touch can't be beat. Definitely, because then you can start to author very specific details. Man, this camera thing's gonna bug me. I don't. I'm a stickler for frame rate. So this scene really matches the kind of style that you're going for, like the way you're modeling things. Where it's getting a little pinched uh, is like we've got this area here. Down here, there's like these seams here, and the way that this is so sharp. There's just a lot of primitive details that can be softened up. You don't notice the frame rate, really? Oh, yeah, it seems okay now. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to. Are those wheels eggs? Oh my god, that's so cool. Where do you recommend getting materials from? Anywhere. Megascans is pretty decent. You're gonna have to do some albedo tuning for that one, because sometimes it can come in a little saturated. There's sunny side up eggs are the bee's knees, man. Or a good like slimy scramble. Oh, slimy is not the right word for it. That makes it sound disgusting, but you know. Um, but another place you could probably be getting materials from, like substances materials are all right. Textures.com's materials are really good. You. It's the bee's knees. But yeah, I think where it's breaking down is just in those geometry seams, and like not using enough geometry where you can. Where do you guys in chat get your? Oh yeah, Polygon's pretty good for ArcViz. Poliigon. Yeah, it's quite good for ArcViz. Textures.com, yeah. GameTextures.com is where you often get yours. Please laugh. Tire plus egg equals egg roll. That's. I'll laugh. Uh, Texture Haven also very good. Texture Haven also has a HDRI Haven, right? It's the same. HDRI assets are super good, and those are all free. But nice. Color palette on this is pretty cool as well. I would say one of the things that I feel like is missing from here is some range in your roughness. Got to get that roughness variation, as I always say. Glass being more reflective, just getting a nice sheen on there. It gives you an opportunity to show some detail in your roughness maps as well. Little scratches and whatnot in the glass detail. Yeah, HDRI Haven is now called Polyhaven, I believe. Yes. Yes, you are correct, Muck. But this is 9 months ago. So I'd be really interested to see some new stuff. When I look at this portfolio, you can see your progression is pretty nice. I'm not sure. So right now it says freelance, so I'm not sure what direction you want to go. It looks like you're going more towards stylized stuff. There are some semi-realistic things. We're gonna be yawning all night because I'm streaming an hour later than normal, but it's okay. Um, yeah, I think it really comes down to getting your models to look really nice without materials on them. Then once you get those materials on there, really defining those materials in their PBR values or the stylistic choices that you're taking and pushing those to um, a state where they look like it's weird because I want to say they just look right, but it's more about they don't feel unnatural, right? You're trying to get away from the geometric look with geometry, and then with materials these days, you're trying to get away from the material looking premature. Like it doesn't have the right feel in the roughness. The albedo is maybe too saturated or too dark or too bright. You're looking for a color palette balance. I think with this truck, the concept really aids you in creating something that feels right and balanced with the color. You're definitely missing out on the smoke and the because like man, I hope this pops up when they open because that's just a missed opportunity. No Inferno's got a good comment to say as well as about adding backgrounds. So as long as your background has like a gradient, I mean you've got a line right there I can see, but I think not being afraid to make your geometry thicker, a gradient in the background, maybe matching this color. You can see like color wise the saturations might be a little. Let's see here. Man, it's real close though. I just do. Oh, oh wait, what? And these brush strokes, getting those in your texture would be really nice. You can do that a bit automatically with some tweaking in Substance Painter. So we turn the saturation up a hair. Maybe like that's the other thing is I don't see the range that you're using isn't matching too closely. You can see too there's like this shine on the glass that's been painted on. You could get that with a nice like reflective environment that's just got like those two panels in it. Yeah, with stylized stuff, definitely the subtle changes like this in the paint or the albedo, the color, are really, really important. You want gradients and subtle changes throughout your surfaces. And I mean, you can see there's stuff going on there. Like I particularly like this area here. And I think these could just benefit from being thicker, and maybe where this line meets, it actually starts up here because that's where the roll would come from, right? But it's a cool scene. Also, you're mixing a little bit of the stylized color palette with textured imagery, and you want to really try and avoid mixing those two together when you have that stylized look. You want to just try and match this kind of painterly look. The egg wheels are awesome, definitely. I can tell in the albedo that the dark values like this board, this like chalk like board, and the tires look too dark. You can see too there's some nice glow happening here. If you want to go for the stylized look, you could put that glow on a card. Oh, excuse me. You can put it on a card, put it in front of the light just for your angle, the camera angle that you've got going. I think breaking the silhouette of the ground, like the concept, too, where the seams are. Yeah, yeah. See this type of detail. You could make the your ground plane have some thickness, and then have like actual gaps that kind of go in, and then this little bit here. There's nice opportunities to just kind of break the feel of it being geometry. Definitely. There's also these. What the heck are these? Like little bits of wood? Like you just like comes in, there's a competitor vehicle. He just hits it like it's shattered everywhere. Just takes its spot. This is the remnants from the vehicle it took the place from. But yeah, I look at your work here, and I think what is going on here? No, there we go. I was like, where am I? I look at your work and I see the progress. It's just a matter of understanding where you want to be, what you want to do. Are you going more stylistic, going more realistic, focusing on materials, geometry, and the way that the surfaces are smoothing? I think is going to be key. But cool. All right, we'll go to the next portfolio. Thank you for submitting your portfolio, and hopefully this was helpful for you. The Dizzy Toast. What are the odds? Looking at a toast and eggs truck.